topic tonight that I wanted us to talk about.
No.
I don't really want to talk about it, but hear me out. I want the people them out there to hear me out why I even wanted to talk about this, right? Well, the topic is Cartel's run at the top over? Can we play dramatic music here? God, this is even blasphemous for some people to even contemplate or even put out there. Cartel? The Cartel?
Vybz Kartel.
Done? The top. Me da always know, say, yo, them fixed pussy hole, there was some gully fans.
Anyway.
Oh, God, but hear me out. Right? Why we even bring up this topic? That's something over there I think about. Like, does he has this, like, is his presence still felt as it was, say, 5 years ago? Is it blasphemous to say that his time at the top is over? Because when people speak of like the top artists, them now, they speak of the Alkalines, Skilly Bangs, Skangs, Massacre. And that's who they talk about. You don't really hear Cartel's name in that conversation.
I guess because
anymore.
he's transitioned from a current popular artist to now a stalwart.
And as
so
you
he's
said that,
now in the same realms or the same conversations as in the same conversation as Bounty Beanie.
well, thanks for stealing my points.
Oh,
I was
sorry.
going to skillfully get to those points.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To make the Gaza fans them understand. I'm trying to get that here. You see, I was going to tell them, like, put down the lotion and the picture of Cartel. Put it down. Don't get angry. All right? The stands them out there. But that's how I see it right now, Ari. And is that a bad thing?
No.
It's not a bad thing. I think he's being grandfathered in now, for steal a term from Shaggy when we did talk to him, into that, legendary, respected status where he doesn't have to be competing with Wagwan,
And he shouldn't be.
And nor should he be.
Yeah.
May I remind people out there, one, the longevity what this brother having at the business. When in boss are 2002. Can't call from about them time. I can't tell him. Him said that, All right. And boss are 2002. 2002. From the year 2002, there's an argument to be made.
Yeah, like
From the year 2002
yeah.
to the year 2016, you can say that Cartel was in the argument for Artist of the Year for every single one of those years. Everyone.
Yeah.
Whether it be top 2, top 3, top 10, he was in the conversation safely. Has there ever been somebody that has had a run at the top like this, man?
Not in my life.
Not in a family lifetime, neither. I'm going to say, this is something that needs to be talked about and studied.
Yeah.
Like in a university or something, because it's unprecedented. So for him to not be...
even sorry not to cut you, because his run is impressive in the sense that, because I'm looking at overseas, and I'm actually currently reading Will Smith's memoir.
You get the big book with the lock and everything?
Not the... No. I got a paperback version.
Okay.
And then, read it. Like he was talking about his come up, because he was at the literal genesis or near genesis of hip hop when it was just a burgeoning thing. And he was talk about Run DMC, and he mentioned DJ Kool Herc, and so he was really there at the very beginning of hip hop. And by the time like 90s, when you're reading it and you see all these people's name, like they pretty much had it from the start, but when it reaching at the 90s, like, and that was like 80, 86, 88. And by the time you reach into the 90s, are like a next set of people, Biggie, Tupac.
Yeah.
So they don't have, like, foreign acts even don't have a long run in the business. But you just see them name and you just like, oh, that's history. Oh, that's you know, you reverent either way, the reverence and the what you call it now, like the worship and in awe of the person and the name. Yeah, and I think that's it. Like when you think about Cartel, as they said, 2002, quick math to 2016.
Quick math, that's 14 years, right?
14 years.
When you said quick math, I thought that's what you actually meant.
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. You were like doing it.
I'm like, you do the quick math.
Like she'd both would like start like come on our chest and everything. I'm like, quick math.
Yeah, 14 years. Like we literally grew up with him. I was a kid when I heard Sweet to the Belly, and then I got up and you grow up and I'm a full-fledged adult. I listen to Cartel. And I do it, and most times like it just cut off from them little time. Then like you get the most you get in a dancehall, or the most you can get at the top, really. Or it's not even in dancehall, in music in general. I like a good 7 fucking years.
Alright, this was the second point I was going to get to. This podcast episode is brought to you by Itopia Life Herbals, where cannabis and culture combine for a one-of-a-kind experience. You can visit them at 10A West Kings House Road, just across from the Canadian Embassy. Also, you can follow them at Itopia Life or visit their webpage at itopialife.com for the latest info on strains and merch. This podcast is also brought to you by Pure 24, pure natural supplements designed to enhance the body and mind. They make supplements affordable, effective, and easy to use. You can visit their website at pure24store.com. Their products ship all across the world. And of course, you don't know, say, you can use that promo code, The Fix, to get 50% off all purchases. That's promo code, The Fix, to get 50% off all purchases. Also, a big up Rich Cuts Barbers for the richest of cuts. Ching. Big up Rich Cuts Barbers located at 9 Brunstruff Square. Alright, you don't know, so you can follow Boy Steve on Instagram right there. Mind you, for a good amount of that time, the man has been behind bars. And even while being behind bars, the man was still in conversations. As saying, oh, him around the place. Dancer now going with nothing. Dancer locked up in a prison. This is what the people were saying. This is what people still are saying. Right now, the furthest thing from in mind, I'd like to think, is running dancer right now. Me appreciate say, yo, female for fully depend appeal. You know what I mean?
So you can't win the appeal if you're not a model citizen. And how are you still pushing out music if you're supposed to be
the very fact though, Ari, that he has continued to make a mockery out of the court system, justice system, the judiciary system in general, while still being in the conversation of running dancehall, is a great feat in and of itself. So I don't think it's blasphemous for people to have it say, yo, he's now entering the stage, say, yo, Beanie Man, Bounty, legendary status, where you're not in competition, you're not really the hottest thing in the moment, but you not lose your relevance. Just you being you, you always are relevant.
And what people still are going to want to collapse. Not that they can, right?
That they can, right? You know what I mean?
And then his influence is
far-reaching.
Is still in it, and there's several people that are inspired by him. So you're gonna still get the Cartel-esque or a duplication of the Cartel. The Cartel appeal.
Or at least his shadow will still loom large. In almost every interview I Mr. Skillibeng been a do on his tour, Cartel's mentioned.
Yeah. Role model.
Have they done a collab? They're basically two different generations.
They are.
And yet still this man feels the need to be mentioned and say, yo, Cartel.
Wait, Cartel are like Gen X.
Cartel.
He's a boomer.
Sorry, he's not a boomer.
I'm kidding.
But Cartel up there in age, I'm not calling him more, but enough people don't know because of his longevity.
Yeah. For a very long time, I thought Cartel was like 35.
I've thought Cartel was 35 for about 10 years, Ari.
This man doesn't age.
And the age, like even how connected he is with the culture, with the times, like it just shows, say, yo, he doesn't age like normal people in regards to staying in tune with what go on.
Yeah.
You know, so me not lie. Don't laugh.
Okay. I'm sure something silly there.
I like when we start the show, and when the birthdays, like we are big up people, and I'm like, big up Cartel. His birthday's in January, and I'm like, Cartel a birthday.
Cartel birthday.
Why would you question if I'm have a birthday?
Because honestly, it's like growing up, like you know, Cartel. It never really seemed like a big thing. Like his birthday, like I don't recall him having like a birthday celebration or like, you know, it's like every year of his life was a fucking celebration. Like, I never even remember.
I kind of get
shit.
this, but
like his birthday.
me would know what for my father. He would know when it's his birthday.
Oh, you didn't know? Like, he keep one massive thing.
Yeah, she keep shit at Waterford High School, all them things. Yeah. We just sneak out and go a couple times. We would know.
To be honest, it's like, it was just like, to me, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, even like you know, Bounty was in June and Beanie Man is in August. You know? Yeah, but
the stands man say, watch her. I asked if Cartel ban. Watch her.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm just saying it's like
this the man on that Sykes.
Oh God. No, it's just like
God.
you know, he was such a larger than life concept. Like birthdays just seem so infantile to him. Like it just
probably
just and it just always just a celebrate. Like to me,
Maybe I
like,
know him would not have like the milestone birthday.
Yeah, like,
them, like 50, 60.
Yeah. And then again, his age was such a mystery to me. So it's like it just felt
it
like
seemed like he was 35 like for several
for
years.
a long time.
So let
it
me
just
tell you,
never
like
worked
there's
out.
several times I'll me forward across like clips from Teacher's Pet on Instagram. And me just pre them and me just ever note to myself and me send it to like is in my group there on WhatsApp or on Instagram and say, yo, there's nobody in dancehall whose charisma came close to this man. Nobody. The person who probably even far a little bit close right now currently is probably Popcorn. Otherwise, nobody no forward close in being like a cult of personality as this man. Say this is not his eulogy. This is not the obituaries reading. This is even matter a priest about is his run at the top done? It could be argued, yes, but is his relevant? Is he irrelevant? No, you can never say that. Like he reached legend status. To me,
Officially.
Officially, yeah. Like it's been that way for years now. Yeah. But it's like you can't really and truly see it now and say, yo, he doesn't need to be competing with what go on right now. He no need for you to do that.
I agree.
Much less in a fucking prison.
And then it's like, you know, like his sons now are of age.
Right.
So it's like his sons now are taking up the mantle for him. And it's like, yeah, well, of course, like natural transition of power.
And when your son them shine.
Yeah,
and what he's been doing for the past couple of years is giving them a platform, whether that be on his albums or supporting them, in whatever way he can, you know, with Shorty and Toe as well. We met them shine and do them for them thing. You know what I mean? It was an inevitability, say, yo, he would not be competing or be at the top forever. It's an inevitability.
Do you think if he wasn't in prison, if it would be different, where he would
still want to
and be competing?
I think that probably the time frame would a little longer, but I still feel like up to this point, him would have prefer easy back and let the sun them shine. Now the next generation. I feel that. So maybe it wouldn't done 2016. At least my mind where in then at the top running. So probably would have been 2017, 2018. But like in regards to like now, 2022, 2023, I feel like this inevitability would have happened. That's for you, sir.
Let the kids do it. Especially if him sister that them really want to do.
Yeah, my kids and the kids them wanna blood neither.
Yeah.
And the skinny bangs. You know what I mean?
Massacres.
The massacres. And then my kids them too.
Yeah.
I mean, don't think.
Right now I'm floating. Keep by your mouth, now keep it open. Now feel like joking. When the herbs start creep, third eye open. Right now I'm floating. In a mood, some say my boss. So take a puff for this. Hi. Up for space, we're gone. The freaky looking on your face, so it to turn me on. Set the camera over the side, then you go perform. Me case, remember you have your man a yard. Bad girl, she wild and wicked. Study great, my father, young lad. Who did that tell me, say me can't run yard? Check me accolades, none I ain't a fraud. Pure raw talent, I use no trump card, no. Shoes bloody red like say me do the stabby.